Hi everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Selvi. This is related to an interview question. Who assigns user stories? Will user story will be assigned to only one person till the closure? How we can manage task within the story? User stories should not be assigned during the sprint planning meeting. Once the sprint backlog gets created, team members should voluntarily pick the user stories that they are going to work because it is completely a self organized team. So there is no assignment from anyone. It should be directly picked by the team members. Coming to the second part of the question, is the user story should be owned only by one person? It's not in that way. In practical scenarios, when we start the sprint, that is during the sprint planning meeting, the developer or the designer assigns the user story in their name. And once they complete the development, they can assign it to the tester for the testing activities. Once the tester completes the testing activity, and if there is a documentation engineer's work involved, he or she can assign the same to the documentation engineer. And once the documentation engineer also confirms that all the things are taken care, and if there is a testing required, he or she can assign it back to the tester. And once all the definition of done items are met and all the relevant tasks are also completed, the tester can assign it to the product owner. And now it is an indication that product owner needs to evaluate whether definition of done for the story is met or not, and whether the expected functionality is achieved or not, whether the work item is really be in a position to accept it. So it is a very simple process. Till from the product backlog to the sprint backlog, the product owner will be owning the user story, and after that it goes to the respective developer who is going to work on that item, and after that it goes according to the task that is getting managed or the actual core work that is getting managed, like design, development, testing, documentation. But the status of the user story will remain as it is. Like if it is from in progress state when the developer started working on it, it will be till available in the in progress state till it is moved to the product owner. Maybe moving to the product owner, it will be saying as done or completed, and maybe after that, once accepting the user story, product owner can change it to accepted or closed. So in a nutshell, users alone is getting changed in the assignment column, but the status of the user story is not going to be changed. The reason being we are not yet completed with the actual implementation. Third thing is related to task management. So in the sprint planning meeting, we will be creating the tasks that are required related to the user story. The task will be created by several set of team members, reason being every task represents a separate activity. It is a good practice that tasks should be created in such a way they should be able to be managed to be completed within a day. So when creating the task, team members should update the planned hours that they are planning for that particular task. A person can create any number of tasks within a user story. To manage it in a better way, it is always a good practice to use a template. Reason here is when we use a template, we are going to save good amount of time from all our team members. So how to use the template? When product owner creates an user story, it should be created based on a template. So this template should be aligned with all the team members based on the different tasks that the team generally works with. For example, every user story may have tasks like design, development, review, unit test case design, documentation, test case review, test case design, test case execution, test case report, documentation update. These are certain tasks that are common across all the user stories. So let's create a template as a placeholder item, and inside that let's create all these tasks. So whenever product owner creates a user story, he or she should ensure that they are using this template to create the user story, so that the user story by default will have all these tasks inside it, so that we are going to save most of the time. Only assignment of the task should be taken care, because already the task is available. And in addition to this, if some tasks are required, team is very well free to update those tasks inside the user story. So in this way we are helping the team to save time. And in addition to that, it is also a good practice to start with new teams where task management is going to be a little challenging one. So these are the points I just want to share as part of today's interview question. Thanks everyone for listening. Happy learning and stay tuned.